Guys, it's great to be back with you again for another one of our shipping videos. I was missing last week. I was actually off on holidays. But I'm back again this week, and we've got a really fantastic display of guitars. And I know I say that almost every single week, but really, truly, this is a beautiful array of guitars. Just some things that really stand out. Some really nice customs like a Solace. Always nice to see a Solace in there. Beautiful Kestrel in there, and a Ballard bass, you know, so those are the more unique instruments that we don't see in every shipping video week after week. But of course, every week we'll see X20s, every week we'll see X10s, and every week we'll see X7s because they're such a common and important part of what we do here. But we also, this week, we're going to show you some really nice stock guitars. I'm going to show you two different teal guitars that we have in stock and give you a really good comparison between what dark teal is and light teal with the vibrant teal and the dark black carbon. So that'll let you see those two different colors. We've just recently added that to the 3D builder, so if that's a choice for you, then that's worth seeing. I've got two really amazing guitars that I'm going to showcase to you here. This two beautiful pieces of veneer, and just shows you the kind of thing that we have in the background that we can build for stock. So yeah, this is it. We're going to jump in here, but as I say, was off on holidays last week, or if you're in the USA, we on vacation. Over here we talk about going on holidays. So I went off to the beach in Spain and off to the island of Ibiza. Just such a fantastic time. It's always just such a good time to go off and recharge and just get time to think. And the guys here in the office, they kind of freak out. Every time I go away, I come back with a bunch of new ideas. Haven't yet told them what all those ideas are. But the one thing that I will tell you is what we talked about while I was away was just what makes Emerald guitars special. I started to think about how we can bring that better towards you. And a big part of what I think makes Emerald guitars that little bit special is our stories. And so we're thinking up of different ways that we can convey those stories to you. And just get across just maybe our locality. When you're off in somewhere as special as Ibiza, you start to reflect back actually on how special Ireland is and Donegal is. So myself and my wife were talking about maybe some ways that we can maybe do a little bit of a travel blog about where we are here. You know, tell you if you were wanting to come to Ireland, just what you might find in Donegal. So just some things that are, you know, kind of cycling around. Didn't really take a lot of time thinking about guitars, but did talk about stories. So some more to come on that side of things. So this week, what have we got? Where have we got them going to? USA, as always, quite a few guitars to USA. We've got UK, we've got Canada, and yeah, all across the USA. Kentucky, California, Georgia, Minnesota, Florida, Indiana, Ohio, Texas, New Jersey, and a lot of places that right now are experiencing all kinds of extremes of really, really dry and really, really hot and humid, and all those things that make carbon fiber guitars really excel. So we'll maybe talk about that as we go through. Anyway, first one is going out to New Jersey, and it's going out to John, and this is the Solace. So the Solace is it's one of my favorite guitars just because of where it came from. It came out of the project that myself and my son did back during lockdown, and thankfully those days are starting to become a distant memory. But during that time we designed the Solace. It's a Weissenborn style lap slide guitar, and sounds fantastic. It's such a unique sound that you get from these instruments, and this is a beautiful example of it. This one is done with black quilted maple, and just got amazing markings. It's got just such a great contrast between lights and darks on that maple, and I really like the fingerboard in this as well. It's got our new offset lines done in black, and it's just a really nice subtle little piece of detail on there to mark the fret positions, but really works with that. So it's got that nice black and silver look right the way through this guitar with the carbon, with the inlays, and then that black carbon back and sides. So what a wonderful guitar to start with, and yeah, I really like the looks of that. So John, hopefully you'll have a lot of fun. I was actually just thinking about that. We haven't done any new videos or new content with anybody playing the Solace in a while, but it did pop up in my feed just yesterday. Somebody playing a Weissenborn, not an Emerald, playing Amazing Grace on it. It just reminded me just of how amazing those instruments sound. Now, next one we've got is going to Marion in County Durham in England, and this is teal. So we talked about teal. It's a new colour. It's something we've been asked for a number of times over the last few years as a custom, and we decided it was time to add it into our standard lineup. So this is an X7, finished in teal, and it's got that really nice, it's a colour that just sits nicely in between blue and green, and it's depending on how it catches the light, you see more of that green colour or the blue, or it's just really is quite something, quite different than the other colours in our lineup. So X7 is our smaller body, it's our parlour guitar. It's got a 24-inch scale, really nice compact guitar that is really, it can be your everyday guitar. It's a beautiful, no compromises, beautiful acoustic guitar, great tone, and very nice proportions to play. But a lot of people this time of year are buying these because they've maybe got expeditions and travel coming up, looking for a more compact guitar to keep on their boat, or in their RV, or wherever you happen to be going. I know some people take these in their backpack when they're hiking, and so it's a great guitar for that. A real all-rounder, and that's why you see so many here week after week. Pickup system in this is the LR Baggs Element, and that goes really great on an X7. Now, next one is going to Chris in Texas, and this is a beautiful example. This is Vibrant Red, it's got a really nice burst going on this one. Seems like a little bit of a deeper burst on this, and Vibrant Red back and sides. Beautiful colours. Again, the X7. This one's got the high vibe pickup system and the chrome hardware. So chrome with the Vibrant Red really stands out. Then we're going from Texas to British Columbia, and we're sending this one out to William. This is Green Harborica, and you know what, I've kind of almost forgotten about how nice Harborica can look, because we haven't seen so many of them coming through in a while. And just last week before I went away, somebody called into the factory and actually bought a Green Harborica guitar from stock, and it's just got such a nice iridescence to it. So the Harborica, it's got in its natural form this great contrast from light and dark colours, and whenever you put a transparent colour over the top, the light areas become this nice vibrant green, the darker areas become almost black, and it just gives you a nice subtle contrast, and really looks fantastic. Green carbon on the back and sides, and that goes well with that top, again with a high vibe pickup system, and this one has got the vines inlaid on the fretboard here, and again chrome hardware. Overall a beauty. So next one up is going to Jim in Ohio. So we're moving from X7 up to the X10. So this is also teal. You can see same color as we just looked at a second ago, and this is an X10 slimline. So it's the longer scale length. It's a 25.5-inch scale, and it's got the larger body this way, but a slimmer body that way. So that's what dictates it. It's a slimline. So this one actually is fully acoustic. Quite unusual for the slimline, because we normally aim this at a stage guitar where somebody's plugging in primarily. But great testament actually to what the acoustic projection of this instrument actually is as well. It gives a fantastic acoustic sound, even though it's such a slim guitar. Really loud, really punchy, and can definitely hold its own as an acoustic guitar. Probably doesn't have a full spectrum. You know, you're not going to get the same amount of bass response as you would out of a bigger guitar, but certainly in mids and trebles it's very punchy and very full overall sound on this. So yeah, I'm going to probably sit down and have a little strum on this one myself after the video. So that's going out to Jim in Ohio. Then we've got Patrick in Indiana, And this is a beautiful example of an X20, finished in vibrant red back and sides, and gold hardware. And I just love how sharp the colors look. You know, just everything just pops. Looks beautiful. And again, acoustic only, no pickup installed in this one. And yeah, that's a really nice emerald. So the X20 is very much our centerpiece. It's our dreadnought sized guitar. And so this one's going out to Deborah in Florida, and another green guitar. And as you'll see, we do quite a lot of green guitars. You know, maybe there's something to do with the fact it's Emerald Guitar Company. But green is also just such a beautiful guitar. This one is finished in green quilted maple, and that transparent green over the top of quilted maple really works really well, because what you see is the sort of holographic look that you get from the quilted maple. You really see all this movement, and then that color that just pops over the top. On the fretboard inlays here, we've got the gold Celtic knots. Again, keeps that sort of green Irish Celtic theme, and then the gold hardware. So green and gold working really nicely hand in hand. Green carbon back and sides, and an Aller Bags element pickup system in there. Now, another X20 is going out to David in Minnesota. And David actually sent me a t-shirt just there a couple of weeks ago. You might have seen me wearing a Rosemount Irish t-shirt. So thanks for that. But this is a beautiful guitar that I think was inspired by a different guitar that was on our shipping video a few weeks ago. And the unique feature on this guitar was the fact that in this little knot area in the center here, there were some gaps. There were some areas where the knots had fallen out, left some gaps in the wood, and we left those gaps so that you could still see the carbon fiber right through it. And it became a really nice feature, and I think this one does it exactly the same. So a veneer that, you know, normally if we were to try and deal with that, we would have to, you know, cut an extra piece of wood away. You would have lost all this nice character here and this detail. So I think it's, by what could have been seen as a compromise, is actually added to it, because you see this really nice little piece of carbon, and it's a great reminder of the carbon fiber that's underneath there. So I think that works really, really well. Hopefully you can see that as I move it. Also, this is Koa, and we've done it with the red burst. That's become something we've done a lot of. That red burst on Koa, just something about it really works very well. The fretboard inlay is gold vines, and we've also done a little red knot here on the 12th fret. Red carbon back and sides, and that black hardware. So overall, a real beauty. So then we've got Bruce in Georgia, and this is a really unique one as well. This is Japanese tamo ash, quilted tamo ash, with again transparent green over the top, and it's got a very unique and interesting pattern to it. I really love how it almost has this pattern that just frames nicely and underneath the bridge. So something definitely a little bit different than a lot of our tamo ash, and that really works well. I think the position and the placement just works really nice on that guitar. Got the silver Celtic knots on the fretboard, and again, this is a 12 string, obviously I forgot to mention that. X20 12, and green carbon back and sides. So that's a really beautiful 12 string guitar there. Now let's get into a couple of the more exotic ones. So Kestrel, as I said, we don't see them in the shipping videos all the time. You know, it's a little bit of a narrower market for carbon fiber archtop, but we're very proud to have these. Even if we only sell a handful of these every year, it's still beautiful to have them in the lineup. Just such a unique and interesting guitar. This one's a great example of it. It's got our full pickup system on here with the Crebo humbucker. It's got the Graphtec piezos on the floating bridge, and also you've got MIDI connectivity as well. So it's got a 13 pin out. So a very flexible instrument. You know, tonally you can just create all kinds of sounds with this. Visually looks incredible, and that beautiful inlay running up the fretboard there. This one's finished on in purple over black carbon, so you've got that very subtle purple color, and gives it a very distinct and interesting look. Now the last one on the lineup we have here is going out to our all in Kentucky. Actually, I don't think I mentioned the name, so that's going out to Nenshad. I hope I've pronounced that properly, in California. So yeah, so this one's going to Kentucky, and this is the Balor, or beautiful big acoustic bass. And Balor, we need to actually maybe go and tell, talking about stories, we need to go and tell you some of the stories about where some of these names came from. So Balor is a famous one-eyed giant that lived on Tory Island, which is a little island off the coast of Ireland, where my wife's grandmother was actually born. Yeah, so we took some local folklore and took that name. And this is definitely the one-eyed giant. So it's the giant guitar. So the name fits really, really well. And the Balor is our big acoustic bass. And if you're going to make an acoustic bass with a big sound, then you need a big body. So carbon fiber allows us to do that in a very ergonomic way. So we've got that beautifully sculpted back and sides, the asymmetrical side here, that big rib bevel, the forearm bevel, and overall it's just such a fantastic guitar to look at, to play, and just tonally, really something special. This one's finished in spalted chen. I love how it looks, the pattern on here, the way the light colored wood runs right down the center. I think just it's fantastic. It's almost an extension of the fretboard, running right through the bridge here, and that gold inlay running up the fretboard just really adds something special to it. So vibrant amber back and sides, and that's definitely I think the most striking guitar in today's lineup. So that's it for stock guitars, or sorry, for custom guitars. And you know, as I say, these are all guitars that have been custom designed on the 3D builder, put together by you. We built them for you, and hopefully they match very, very closely to what you would have designed on the 3D builder. And it's really nice to be able to see those designs coming from, you know, initial concept right through to the end product. But I wanted to always highlight as well some of our stock guitars. We have over 300 guitars that we carry in stock, and so if you don't really, you know, have the patience to wait, or you can't choose, and that's a hard thing when you're in the 3D builder, hard to choose. So go into the stock section and have a look. You can filter down in. We've added a new filtering system there, so you can filter by model, by color, by pickup type. So a lot of different ways to filter and find the guitar that you're looking for. So it's a really nice place as well. If you want to see what a finished guitar looks like, you can use it just even for creative ideas. But you might find your dream guitar in there, and you can click buy it now and we can ship it straight out to you. So this is a beautiful Virtuo guitar. So the Virtuo is that guitar that has both electric guitar pickups and acoustic pickups and MIDI, everything all in one in this beautiful package. And I selected these two just to show you the difference in the teal colors. Both the same guitar. One is teal over black carbon, and one is over the vibrant weave. And as you can see, the color looks very, very different. You can see in both that it's still teal, but one just takes on more of a vibrant life. So yeah, good way to showcase the different personalities of teal. This is teal with gold hardware, gold rings on the fretboard here, gold tuners, and that teal back and sides. So that really, really stands out. We've been working on a few other new colors. I'm just going to grab one that we didn't even talk about. So I just see it on the rack. This is another color that's not on the 3D builder, but it's something that we've been kind of working on, and we might make a few for stock. So this is vibrant pink. So something really stands out on some of these. So keep an eye out for that in coming weeks. If you're interested in the pink guitar, then that might be the one to go for. I'm just going to pop that down here. So vibrant, then the black carbon with the teal over the top. It's a much more subtle look, but still gives you a really, really nice color. This one is done with chrome hardware, so chrome pickups, chrome knobs, chrome tuners, chrome strap buttons. You get the chrome also on the screws here. So everything, when we do chrome hardware, it's all the little parts are done the same, just to make everything match. So two beautiful Virtuos right there. And I think the pink one is for stock. Not fully sure, but I think it is. So if you happen to want that one, drop us an email. So this is, I'm pretty sure it's crotch maple. It's amazing actually the way this catches the light. It's cut from the crotch area in the tree, and it gets these amazing sort of flame and quilt patterns that just look so holographic. It just doesn't even look like it's flat. And just love the contrast between the light and the darker areas on here, and this beautiful flame is just running right up through it here. Very, very unique. We've done a couple like this recently. I think we've got some of this in stock, but just shows you just how extreme and eye-catching we can make these guitars. Vibrant amber back and sides, gold hardware. That's a wonderful X20. This one's got the dual pickup system. So it's got the 6 Graphtec piezos blended with the K&K Pure Minis inside. So you get a really nice blend depending on what you want to do tonally. Last one I'm going to show you is a really, really nice piece of burl. So it's a camphor burl, book matched, and it's got this very interesting pattern on it here. Just really stands out in the center. Fantastic burls. Camphor burl has almost got like reds, deep burnt oranges and reds kind of running through it. So very, very nice coloration on this burl, and very nice details on it. Back and sides is amber and chrome hardware on there, and it's an Ellerbags element pickup in this. So so that's it. Just a little showcase on a few guitars. If you've not been in the 3D builder recently, go in there, have a look at all the new features that we've added, and you know, the new colors, the new inlays, all the great details we put in there. If you've not been into the stock section recently, go in there and check out the filtering system. The guys put so much time into trying to ping that together. It seems like a small thing, but when you have to go in there and adjust all our stock listings and make all that work, it was a big project for the marketing guys, but I think it was very worthy time spent, and I know the feedback already is that it just really helps you just find the right kind of guitar. So maybe if you're interested in a high vibe guitar specifically, you can go in there now and find all the high vibe guitars. So just always, we're just trying to find those little ways so we can just make that experience just a little bit easier, a little bit more fluid, and hopefully we're making progress. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to be back hopefully again with you next week. We'll have another shipping video. But if you missed the gap last week, we didn't just forget about you. We did put out a different video. We put out a comparison video, and we was just comparing the different guitars and how they sounded, just done in a very similar, played in a very similar style. So I think if you didn't see that already, maybe we'll put a link to that or something here, and you'll be able to find that. But that was a really worthy video, and I know got a lot of great feedback last week. So that's it. Wherever you are in the world, give us a shout out. Let us know where you're at. Let us know what the weather is like. Hopefully the sun's shining where you are. It's been amazing here for the last few weeks, and I've been working on my suntan even before I went to Spain. So that's it. See you next week.